G'day, welcome back to Plugged In Australia, the podcast all about electric vehicles and the shift happening on our roads down under. I'm your host Jamie, broadcasting from Sydney, where the summer heat is cranking up, balmy 37 degrees today. Perfect weather for thinking about efficient, air-conditioned EVs that don't guzzle fuel in traffic. And we're into late January now in 2026. The EV world isn't slowing down. Today, we've got a massive episode covering premium launches that are stealing headlines, quick upgrades to hot-selling models, family haulers getting named and specced out, policy debates that could save you thousands, ute wars heating up with hybrids, some eye-opening economics on why owning an EV just got even smarter, and global shifts at that point to where Australia's headed. I'll break it all down with local angles, whether you're in the city dodging potholes or out regional needing a real range. Let's get charged up and dive in. Okay, kicking off with some serious luxury EV news that's got everyone talking. The upcoming Mercedes-Benz CLA has been named European Car of the Year, and it's absolutely smashed safety testing. This is big. It's the fifth time an EV has taken the top prize and the third year in a row for battery-powered cars. The CLA racked up 320 points from a jury of journalists across Europe, beating out strong contenders like the Skoda Elroq and the Kia EV9. But it's not just awards when it comes to safety. The CLA earned the Best Performer title in Euro NCAP crash tests, making it the safest car they tested all year. It scored 94% for adult protection, 89% for kids, 93% for pedestrians, and 85% for safety assists. There was a minor note on a chest protection in side impacts, but overall, it's setting a benchmark that puts pressure on rivals like Tesla's Model 3 or even higher-end options. Now, what makes the CLA stand out? It's built on Mercedes' new MMA platform, offering both electric and mild hybrid versions, with 400-volt architecture for blistering fast charge. You can add hundreds of kilometers in minutes. Range tops out about 750 to 800 kilometers in optimal conditions, which is massive for Australian highway drives or those long trips Sydney to Melbourne without stress. Although I don't know about you going 800 kilometers without needing to go to the bathroom or stretch your legs, or if you've got kids, forget about it. Body styles include a sleek four-door sedan and practical shooting brake wagon, blending that classic Mercedes elegance with cutting-edge EV tech. For us in Australia, this one is good to watch closely. It's slated for arrival in the second half of 2026, and with these accolades, it could shape up the premium segment where buyers want safety, luxury, and efficiency without any compromise. If you're coming from a petrol Mercedes and worried about switching to electric, this might be the perfect bridge. With top safety for families, impressive range for our wide open roads, and that three-pointed star prestige. Okay, staying in the premium-ish space, but with more affordable pricing, Zeekr, that fast-rising Chinese brand already making waves here, is wasting no time upgrading its popular 7X mid-size SUV. Deliveries have already started, and they're already rolling out next-gen tech for the 2026 versions. The big changes, jumping to 900-volt architecture for the electrics, for even faster charging. Think 10 to 80% on the big battery in about 10 minutes at a station that can provide enough power. Now, power gets a bump too, efficiency improves, and they're swapping to a more powerful processor from NVIDIA for smart autonomous driving features like handling parking garages, roundabouts, and toll points without much input. These updates are coming to related models as well, keeping the lineup fresh. Current Aussie 7X specs are strong, entry rear drive with good range, long range options pushing over 600 kilometers, and the performance all-wheel drive hitting 0 to 100 in 3.5 seconds with the dual motors. Pricing starts appealingly low for what you get, and with these upgrades on the horizon, it's staying very competitive against the Tesla Model Y or the old Hyundai Ioniq 5. And there's more from Zeekr. They've revealed the 8X, a plug-in hybrid with sleek looks, I should say, advanced chassis for real-time adjustments, and serious performance. Up to over 1,000 kilowatts in top spec, sub 3 second sprints, and combined range pushing 1,200 kilometers with decent electric-only legs. It's got light off-road capability too, with good angles and towing expected here in 2026. It could appeal to buyers wanting hybrid flexibility in a premium package while we wait for full EV infrastructure everywhere. Zeekr's moving fast, and it's a pretty decent choice for our market. Well, for families needing space, Skoda has finally named its flagship large electric SUV, the Peaq. This is the production version of the Bold Vision 7S concept from a few years back, and it's designed as a proper 7-seater rival to the Kia EV9, the Hyundai Ioniq 9 and Volvo EX90. It's built on an updated MEB platform for the Volkswagen Group, promising heaps of interior room, practical features that Skoda's known for, and the latest in tech. The design keeps some of the radical concept flair with a focus on spaciousness for Aussie families. Think school runs, weekends away, or hauling the kids and gear without compromise, going up the coast, down the coast. Global launch is mid-2026 in Europe, with sales starting before year end. So fingers crossed for Australian arrival soon. No pricing yet, but Skoda usually delivers good value for what you get. Expected to undercut some luxury rivals while offering similar size and capability. If you're wanting a practical, big electric family hauler that's not too flashy, the Peaq could be a winner. Okay, now for something a little fun. Mitsubishi is bringing its first proper EV to Australia since the old i-MiEV, and it's sporting a hot hatch with serious performance. It's built in Taiwan through a partnership. It's based on a compact hatch platform, landing in the second half of 2026 with local suspension tuning for our roads. Now the Star is a high-spec version, packing about 300 kilowatts, all-wheel drive, torque vectoring, and possibly rally-inspired models for controlled slides. Acceleration in the ballpark of under 4 seconds, decent range from a mid-sized battery, and practical bits like a frunk and a good-sized boot. Pricing could start low, making it an affordable, sporty EV option. There's buzz about reviving Evo Spirit or similar badging, but nothing's confirmed at this stage. But it's got enthusiasts excited for a fun driver's EV from a brand with rally heritage. Finally, Mitsubishi getting serious about electrics. Alright, shifting to policy and utes, Polestar is making a strong case to keep the fringe benefits tax or FBT exemption for EVs while scrapping it for big dual cab utes. They've pointed out the exemption has driven nearly 100,000 EV sales in 2022, helping cleaner air and lower running costs, but it's under review and could change by 2027. Meanwhile, utes like the diesel dual cab utes have loopholes and subsidies despite being a huge chunk of sales. Often used more as lifestyle vehicles than pure work tools, Polestar suggests fair road use charge instead. Adjusted for EVs benefits like less road wear, it's worth watching. Could impact novated leases and fleet choices big time. And on the ute front, BYD's plug-in hybrid, the Shark 6, is flying off the shelf, becoming one of the top-selling PHEVs ever, here with massive numbers in its first year. Now that's putting pressure on Kia, whose Tasman is lagging behind its targets. Kia is eyeing a hybrid or plug-in versions for the Tasman to meet emissions rules and boost appeal, potentially arriving late 2027 or 2028, with a full EV further out. It's all about balancing towing, range, and efficiency for tradies and regional buyers. The electrified ute war is on. Alright, a little bit more of the premium flair. BMW's updated iX1 and iX2 small SUVs get battery tweaks and efficiency gains, pushing entry models to around 510 kilometers WLTP, and the all-wheel drive versions around 470, heading up the compact EV fight against Volvo, Mercedes and Tesla. Mini's electric Countryman also jumps to over 500 kilometers in base spec with similar tech tweaks. And with the Mini there, from what I've been reading, it's made no hardware adjustments. These are all purely over-the-air software updates. Great for urban Aussies wanting premium small EVs with better real-world distance. And Polestar 5 fans, the Halo electric sports car's Australian debut is pushed to later in 2026 due to some production adjustments. But it's still coming, so be patient, and it's going to have some insane power and range. Alright, one of the bigger stories lately in the EV world is total cost of ownerships for the EVs in Australia, and it's flipped positively. Prices have dropped sharply. Policies like the NVES are forcing more supply, and running costs are way lower. Electricity versus fuel, less maintenance, FBT savings on leases, it's all adding up to thousands of dollars. For light vehicles, EVs now match or beat petrol equivalents over a few years, especially in fleets or high kilometre driving. Even heavy vehicles are closing the gap in urban rolls. The economics have turned. If you're on the fence, the numbers make sense now more than ever. But a sobering note on safety, a major study found driver assist tech like emergency braking, lane keeping aid, it's not reducing our road toll as hoped. Many drivers disable features due to alerts, fatigue or mistrust, limiting their effectiveness. With ADAS becoming mandatory and EVs packing advanced systems, better education and design tweaks are needed to build trust and lives. Now, I know from my own personal experience, I have an EV5 that I drive, and my ritual, my routine every time I get in is to turn off some of those bings and bongs, as you say. You've got the speed warning and the keep your eyes on the road. You can't even look at your speedo for more than 2 seconds without it going off, and you turn it off because it's irritating. So manufacturers really do need to find a middle ground. It's no point having all these fantastic safety features if they're so overburdening and irritating that the very first thing you do when you get in that car is turn the blessed things off. Okay, just a brief look globally. Volkswagen overtook Tesla in Europe last year with strong ID model sales. While Tesla demand slowed for the 3 and the Y, Tesla hit over 1 million FSD subscribers worldwide, with quick adoption here since launch. Xpeng opened their stores in New Zealand, hinting at closer regional expansion, and Ford's Mustang Mach-E got price slashed to boost low sales, making the premium version more competitive with playful handling and decent range, though value still lags some rivals. That Mustang Mach-E, the GT version, I think it was about 120 grand when it came out, and I was like, as a wise man once said, tell him he's dreaming. That's a full charge of news, from luxury winners like the CLA to practical family owners, policy fights, and proof EVs are smarter buys than ever. What stood out for you? Was it the Mercedes-Benz safety dominance, the Ute hybrids, or the cost of ownership shift? Let me know on the socials or the reviews, or send me an email, and really helps grow the podcast. I appreciate it. Thanks for plugging in to Plugged In Australia. Subscribe, share with a friend, and we'll be back soon with more. Stay charged, drive safe out there, and catch you next time. Ci vediamo.